Down low to Hollicurl. Hollicurl spinning around on Peterson. Gonna look for some room. Hollicurl over to Oki. Bottom corner for Hall. Hollicurl's out in front, stopped by Freeman. Loose ball's behind him, but it's behind the net. Like I say, Peterson picked that up. Went back into his own crease. Hollicurl now leaves it for Oki. Oki shots behind Freeman again. He's got to spin around, and he's able to pick it up. Milne in transition, chasing down that loose ball. One defender on him. Colebrook, the 16-year-old, doesn't look too undersized against the big Milne. Across the floor for Dywert, plenty of room for a shot. He lets that one rip, and Godwin makes the save. Colebrook up the floor for Lamb. Lamb's going to just hold out, let McChesney get on the floor, let the offensive troops back on. Pass over for Gulletson, the 4-goal man, Colby Gulletson. What else does he have left in his bag of tricks? Hollicurl's up top. Back up for Colby Gulletson. On his backhand, tries a quick shot. Freeman makes the save. Loose ball picked up by Gulletson, and he rips it off the crossbar. Dietz, left side. Hollicurl now on his offing, on his backhand. Milne has his stick knocked out of his hand. Might be broken. Hollicurl now cutting towards the goal, taking a couple of whacks. Dietz will shoot and goes over the net. Slashing call coming. And it's going to go against Noah Flink, it looks like. Rebels will be shorthanded for 2 or less as Noah Flink's off to the box. And with 7:52, that's Silvertips power play that has 4 goals already, has a chance to add a 5th. Albrecht and Gulletson, little give and go here. Now it's Ryan Gulletson with a little shot. Freeman makes that save. Back up top. Colby Gulletson down low, quick stick, and it's behind Freeman as Oki was looking for another one. Now it's Albrecht, run into by McChesney, works it up to Milne. Milne in transition. He's going to shoot this one. No, he's going to peel back as Tanner Lamb played him defensively tight. Wong down to Fulliard. Fulliard cutting toward the goal, steps in the crease. He's going to leave that. Fulliard now runs into Godwin. And the ball's up the floor. Silvertips power play. They still got 1:05 left to go with it. Oki, low bounce pass for Gulletson. 12 to shoot. Gulletson now bound. A quick stick by Hollicurl. And a good save by Freeman. Boy, he's been up to the task here again. This is a massive penalty kill. And your goaltender has to be your best penalty killer. Albrecht carries it up the floor. And now an illegal substitution called as the Rebels have 5 guys on the floor as they're shorthanded. Not a good one. They had a chance to kill off another 20 seconds of this penalty. And instead they turn it over. Oki, left side. Up the middle to steer the ship. Ryan Gulletson down low for Hall. Oki's up top looking for a lane. Doesn't like what he sees. Over for Berg. Back to Gulletson. He walks in and a shot. Arm save made by Freeman. Albrecht and McChesney as Berg, pardon me, in the corner. Albrecht's all over him. Now a little bit of a low slash there. No call as Flink's out of the box. Oki's hurting after that one. Morrow, right side on the half wall, taking a couple of whacks. And now it looks like Flink is going back to the box. They're going to take 2 of them here. Oki and Flink both going off for high sticking calls. So we'll play 4-on-4 with 5:39. Rebels still trailing by 1 here with 5:39 left to go in the third period. The 16-year-old McChesney trusted with the ball here to start. Fresh shot clock for them. Colby Gulletson over for Hallcrow. Give and go, and he gets it back from Hall. Hallcrow now dishes it down low. Colby Gulletson unable to handle that pass. Milnes all over him, trying to force a turnover. Gulletson still has it. Long shot by McChesney goes wide of the goal. Now it's Gulletson. Another shot goes wide as McChesney just dumps it down. Fort Saskatchewan getting their opportunity. 4-on-4 here. 5 minutes left to go in the third period. They need a quick one. It's Fouliard up top, and he fires it wide of the net. This is going to bounce all the way back down to Freeman. Freeman rips it for Yang, and Yang's unable to hang on to that pass. Ribnek has it. Fresh 30 for the Silver Tips. Left side, Smith. D-tops on the floor, as does Gulletson and Hallcrow. Smith up top. His shot gets blocked, and that one's going to hurt. Now he's in a race with Albrecht. Smith all over Albrecht as Albrecht's getting towards the goal, and a save by Godwin as Albrecht stepped in the crease. Smith now passes it left side for Morrow. Morrow's across half, 1-on-1. Defender Caden Cullum is going to try watch him. McChesney, the young 16-year-old. 1 goal for him already this game, but he's been all over the floor. Up top, another chance for Hall, stopped by Freeman. Loose ball bouncing around, picked up by the defender Smith. In transition. Has Yang on the floor as well, over to Yang. Quick stick, and he's stopped by Godwin. Massive save. And a loose ball push there by Ellis. Ellis gets called for a loose ball push, so Yang has it back on offense. Down low, Fouliard's out in front. Fake shoot, scores! Hey, let's go! Marcus Fouliard with the hat trick ties this up at 11. Big game player right there. Marcus Fouliard knots it up at 11 with 3:31 remaining in regulation. On the 41st shot, Fort Saskatchewan able to claw their way back after a rough start to the third period, largely in part to Marcus Fouliard. Past 2 periods, he's got 3 of their 4 goals. Oki down low, it's Morrow out in front. Trying to find Dietz, and Dietz was run over there. 7 seconds left. Goaltender just going to dump this one down. It's knocked down. Dewart with Mill. Could have gone in transition. They're going to let the offense hop out on the floor with 2:45. Dewart right side. Up top finds Yang. Plenty of room for Yang, and he opts not to shoot it. Now it's to Marlowe. Marlowe's got some room. He bounces it over the goal. Wilson tangled up in front with Lamb. Gets it back. Top right, Wilson cutting towards the goal. Man all over him, and he's knocked off the ball. Lamb with a little bit of speed now. Over for Oki. Right side. Burke for Hall. Hall now up top. A little bit of an awkward pass. Good pickup by Gulletson just to control that. Down low. Oki, low shot. Freeman with the save. Fresh 30, but gets up his own rebound. That one's behind Freeman somewhere. Loose ball goes wide. Gulletson, another chance. fires it wide. Multiple opportunities for the Silver Tips, unable to pull the trigger. Lamb down for Colby Gulletson. Up top is Oki. Minute 41 left, 10 on the shot clock. Oki now gonna shoot and score. From an awkward angle, it's Nolan Oki with his fourth of the afternoon. And Rocky View takes a 12-11 lead with a minute and 35 left to go in regulation. Fort Saskatchewan not stacking up the offense yet, but it's McGarva on the draw. Wins that one, picked up by George. George over to Milne. Offense on the floor. Folliard, he's got 3 of the last 4 Rebel goals. Count on him to take a shot here. Folliard over for George. Down low is Yang. Goalie still in the net. Folliard's going to shoot this one. And a big save by Godwin. Dyward up top. Goalie still in. Less than a minute remaining in the third period. Eric George now to tee that one up. Gets blocked. And it's wide of the net. Folliard on his backhand was looking for a little shot there. Won't get it. Now it's over to George. The quick stick gets blocked by the defenseman Nathan Lamb. Big one. Rocky View trying to call for a timeout, and Smith will get it. With 37.8 seconds, Rocky View gets their timeout in, leading by 1. Rocky View has been the dominant team in this one. The scoreboard might be a little bit closer than it should. Silver Tips fired 62 shots on goal towards Jackson Freeman, whereas the Rebels only have 43, according to the shot clock. I do think the Rebels outshot Rocky View in that first period. They called it 18-18. But it has not been this close. Fort Saskatchewan, their offensive big guns, till late, kind of been a little bit quiet here this last 40 minutes. And with 37 seconds left, they're running the risk of going 0-2 to start this season. Third period, going to need good pressure here, because with 30 seconds on that clock, they could kill it down to about 7 seconds or so. Would have to assume the big guns will be on the floor, and it looks like Yang, Dywert, and Milne are staying out there. Searson as well, the 21-year-old, and Cutter Albrecht, the strong 17-year-old defender, good at forcing turnovers. Rocky View going to put their trust in Patrick Morrow, a 17-year-old, to run the ball. The press is up already for Rocky View. They're going to use the net and the goaltender right away. 10 seconds to kill is a must. And here goes Morrow. Left side, one-on-one with Dywert. Dywert throws him into the boards, and he still gets it. Takes a little whack off the head, and Morrow still has it. 16 to kill. Now the ball comes out. On the boards, Dywert has it. In transition, 17, Fort Saskatchewan. Loose ball, and it comes out, and it's picked up by McChesney. Rocky View has it as McChesney drops it deep. A little bit of rough stuff down low. McChesney and Milne getting into it. That's a mismatch and a half, and now Smith and Yang having a few words down here. Now McChesney's going to drop the gloves with Milne. Boy, heavyweight tilt. McChesney, the 16-year-old, chucking knocks with Milne. Milne's going to toss it right there. He's going to hold him out a little bit. Not throwing yet. He's still got his helmet on. Now Milne with the overhand right, and he tackles McChesney to the floor. A little bit of rough stuff with 8 seconds left to go in this one. Both of them are going to take an exit as McChesney hits his head on the floor a little bit there. Hope he's all right as he'll stumble his way to the penalty box. The youngster, Hunter McChesney, holds his own. I mean, Milne gets a takedown. Milne landed a lot more punches. But the 16-year-old held in there. You got to give him a little bit of credit. 8.6 seconds left. It's all about who they're going to give the ball to. Now you'd have to assume it's going to be a Rocky View ball. McChesney and Albrecht having a couple of words. Rebels are going to be pulling Freeman. They go 6-on-5 right away. Have to get a wipe of the floor. Smith still having a few words with Dywert. Now it's Griffin Hall in there. Ref's got to come break this up before we get a little bit more fisticuffs. Yang jumps in there now. Can we see a little bit more rough stuff before the game's over? 8.6 seconds left. Rocky View holding on to a 1-goal lead. The last thing they need is a penalty. Ref's heading over to the bench. Gonna explain stuff. Looks like he's sending a coach out of there. Hard to see from the broadcast booth here in the JRC who's getting the boot. Looks like it's Fouillard getting shown the door here. Must have said a few things to the Stripes that they didn't like. Sending him off the floor now. Ref's still talking about it. Only 8.6 seconds left to go in this period. Might take 15 minutes though. Rocky View, all they should care about now is if it's their ball from the possession. So if they're going to start off with it, well, they should be able to kill the remaining 8.6 seconds. Dywert and Lamb going over to have a couple of words with the ref right now. The other ref looks like he wants to go fill out the game sheet, I guess. Still have 8.6 seconds left. Should just be a fight and an ejection. Doesn't seem like it's anything out of the normal. But the refs are going to slow it down a little bit. Give everyone a breather. Let some of the fans leave, I guess. Still having a conversation. Gets out of the box and he's still talking out there. So, guess we're going to see who gets the possession. Would have to assume it's evened up. Probably play 5-on-5. Fighting majors, not coincidentals. Big story this one, though. I mean, Freeman's been great. But Godwin at the other end. The Rebels run into two hot goaltenders. Last night it was Zimmer. This afternoon, it's Godwin.
Number 17, 5 misconduct, 5 minutes fighting, 10 minutes game misconduct, second 10-minute game misconduct, third 10-minute game misconduct.
So according to the call, it sounds like Spencer Milne got 3 10-minute misconducts, if I heard that one right, and a 5-minute major for cross-checking, which isn't up on the scoreboard. And for some reason, we're still going to be playing 6-on-5 here. A little bit confused. Not even sure the refs know what they're doing at this point. It's a mess out there. Now they're going to put the call up on the board. George will be the one to serve it, so it'll be 5-on-5 with the goalie pulled. Rocky View to start. From the red line. It's going to be just a freebie right there for Aiden Smith, who puts that in the back of the net. Not sure what type of formation was even attempted. And that's an easy one. It's 13-11 now for Rocky View. Aiden Smith has his first of the afternoon. And it looks like The Silvertips, with a massive third period, are going to come back and knock off the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels at home. Fort Saskatchewan goes to 0-2 at home to start the season, while Rocky View comes into the JRC and makes a statement in that third period. 5 goals, including 4 of them in the game on the power play. And the Silvertips top the Rebels 13-11. Final shots in the game 63-43 in favor of the Tips. Final score 13-11. Not what Fort Saskatchewan was looking for in their first home weekend. A lot of hype built up here. I think a couple of questions need to be answered. You know what? Marcus Fouillard, great finish. But some of those big guns, they didn't show up. By far the best player on the floor was Eric George. Give credit. McCallion battled hard. Albrecht battled hard. Freeman, solid again. Tough. He makes 50 saves in a loss. Nonetheless, Rebels are going to move to 0-2 on the season, while the Silvertips move to 1-0. Thanks for tuning in, wherever you are listening or watching from on 12-Ounce Sports. Of course, we're going to be back on Saturday. Rebels and Warriors doubleheader. Till then, have yourself a good week.